This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I want to talk about Adam Driver, who plays most famously Kylo Ren in the Star Wars series. Well, I should say the new Disney Star Wars movies, which I am not a fan of, which is why I'm making this video. This channel started as a Star Wars channel, so once in a while I do dive back into it, usually news about the actors themselves, but I'll talk about everything in this case. So, this is an article that tells us Adam Driver probably wasn't happy with the directors of the new Star Wars movies, or I should say again, the Disney Star Wars movies. He's not very straightforward, but he does give us a pretty good indication of that. So, let's take a look at this article right here. Here we go. Here we see it from Giant Freaking Robot, and it's called Adam Driver Wants to Return to Star Wars, but There's a Catch. Alright. Fair enough. What's the catch? From an acting standpoint, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren has been one of the best additions ever for the Star Wars franchise, which I totally disagree with. The concept isn't bad, and Adam Driver is a great actor. It's just the character was wimpy and horrible and a crybaby. So I'm not sure why they said that, but now I have a better idea of where Giant Freaking Robot and my taste in movies are. He brought such a pained menace to the three films as the troubled Ben Solo / Kylo Ren, and ultimately did find redemption in the character before it was all said and done. Though the sequel trilogy storylines were a bit up and down, an understatement, the problems never lay with that Driver brought to the character. Okay, we can somewhat agree there. I think the storylines were absolutely terrible, some of the worst ever written in a sci-fi movie. But at least they admit there was some up and down there. And he's opened up recently about whether he would return to the Star Wars franchise in any capacity. He said he would be up for coming back into the fold, but did say there was at least one condition that needed to be in place before he did so. While talking with Unilad via Screen Rant, Adam Driver discussed the possibility of returning as Kylo Ren at some point. He admitted that he would do it, but said that the franchise would need to ensure a great director or directors was in place to make it happen, which obviously implies that the directors of the movies he was in was not so great. Or he might say something like, sure, and I'd be happy to work with J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson again. But he didn't. He just says, well, there's got to be good directors. So I take that as, this time around, there's got to be good directors. Driver, who appears to take his craft as seriously as anyone in the industry, said that it isn't the size or scope of a movie that is appealing, but rather, whose vision is making it happen. Adam Driver said in the interview, "No, I'm totally not against it. For me, it's a filmmaker's medium, so my only thing is working with great filmmakers. Whatever the size, it's never been interesting to me to an extent. There's interesting things about working on both. I always just follow people I'd be interested in working with and whether I'd be right for the part, things like that. No, definitely not averse." So it looks like he was answering a question there. We don't have full context to everything he said, but that's okay, because the main thing we're interested in is what he said about the directors. Okay, just to be clear, J.J. Abrams has some good movies. He's not a terrible director, but the problem is it seems like he's a yes man, meaning he just does everything the corporate companies want, and he doesn't really fight to put his own artistic integrity in the movie. That really shines through with Star Wars, I think the most, but there were people unhappy with his Star Trek versions as well. I thought they were, okay. Rian Johnson, I'm not sure. I don't watch anything he makes, but it seems like, aside from Star Wars, he's got some okay movies. However, once again, they're not right for Star Wars, so I think that's why Driver said, gotta have a good director. You guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. Doing celebrity news, pop culture, stuff like that. Once in a while, I do a Star Wars themed video. I started this channel on it 3 years ago, and I'm not letting it go. I really don't like the direction of the franchise right now, and I tell people that, even when Depp First Heard comes to somewhat of an end, a closure, it's out of the news cycle, I'm not going to give up on that either. Everything that I believe, I'm going to keep pushing forward on till the very end, in some way, shape, or form. So, if there's bigger Star Wars news, I'll report on it. Or about the actors, stuff like that. Anyway, if you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you don't subscribe here, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.